Our next speaker, a blockchain consultant and Bitcoin expert, educates people about the blockchain technology, true believer of Bitcoin and welfare, owner of the Satoshi School. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Jorge Molt. Our next speaker, a blockchain
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Are you in a good mood? Do we have fun here tonight? Today? And tonight? Okay. Who knows me? Yeah, some of you know me. Some of you don't. So, let me introduce something about me before we start the presentation. I was starting with computer experience in the 1978. I got my first home computer in 1982. And I was growing up with people later called the 90s cypherpunks. We started to work on digital money in the 1995. In 2001, we stopped the work on it because we can't fix the problems to make it secure. That's where the fintech is stuck in today. And then suddenly, 2007, Satoshi Nakamoto came away and showed us how to do. And then something happens. That's why we all should think about what we should make just in digital currency as much as we can. And that's why I'm here, and that's what you see now. So, normally a movie is starting. Okay, without movie, it's okay. So what happens? In 2008, we saw a crash all over the world. People were sitting on the street without work. Many people loses their job and their houses also, because the market was crashing and the old monetary system was going to break down on the people who believed in. Governments weren't able to explain what happens. And the banksters and the robbers of our money were setting free after the bubble was gone. Many people lose their family, their house, their job, their beliefs. And still in 2017, we didn't learn how to change anything. I want to explain you something what happens today. That what happens today was the same mistakes we make, we are stuck into today again. If you look at the market in the USA with the house prices and everything, they make the same mistake again. You can buy houses at HOAS, H-O-A-S, for $5,000, 120 square meters, yeah, and you can sell it for $1.5 million because it's in Las Vegas. And that's totally legal. The same bubble is coming again, and if we don't care about us, we will lose our money again. Or this time, it's not only a problem of America or something like this, or Russia or so, it's not far away, it's come to us in Europe. It's not the Grexit, it's not the Brexit or something like this. This is coming to Germany, this is coming to France, and we are nearby. And that's what I told to people. If we want to escape from the dictation of government and banks, we have to go to digital currencies. Why? The digital currency is not only an asset. Many people use it as an asset. But if I go to Nigeria, here my friends from Nigeria, they will, yeah, right? You will accomplish with me that you have bitcoins to buy food and things, right? So we have a real market cap which is baked on goods. And we have the trading cap. And who of you was a little bit afraid when the price crashes last time? Are you afraid about it? Someone? This is not a bubble. This is not something that's coming down. This is only because the banksters buying bitcoins and sell them on the market for a big stock to make a crash and buy more bitcoins they can. So what we have is, today, we know in 2140, we have 21 million bitcoins at all. 16.5 million bitcoins are locked in the moment and not accessible because we lie to other people. What we have is 6.5 million bitcoins right now in circulation, and we can buy them or we can mine them. And if we want to be free, we should now use the time to make much bitcoins as we can fetch. And if we are not able to make an own mining company, we should carefully use where we do. And I think I was talking to Genesis Mining, I was talking to many people, so I think Omnia should be a good choice. That's why I'm here today, talking to you. In my opinion, we have a chance to make the world a little bit better. Because if you have digital currency, especially bitcoins, it doesn't matter how rich you are, how poor. If even the evil is putting all his money into the system, the price is going up for the poorest people of the world. And that's the effort of bitcoins. I haven't got a bank. I can spend my money everywhere. And this time I want. I decide. I'm free with my money. I can use my money for everything. I can buy anything. But I'm free. No one can tell me what I have to do with my money. And no one can cut me off from the banks and from the bank system. We have 2 billion people out of the world without banks. They can't afford from the economy we got today. And so they are poor. And we can change it if we invest in bitcoins, in mining, buy bitcoins, get bitcoins from mining, and do something important about it. We have to teach other people how to use. And that's the necessary thing on the world. Because bitcoins to use is a little bit difficult today. We have KYC, we have some wrapping problems. A Bitcoin to use with a wallet, it's not like an iPhone, right? The technology is here and the customer is here. And it's your thing. You want to have success with Bitcoins. It only works if we tell people about Bitcoins and show them how. Most of the people in the age of 50 up to 70 not able to use their smartphones otherwise than making a phone call. That's the truth. And we have to show them how we use the apps. We have to show them how they can make money with them. And if we do this, they trust us, and that's your business. Trust giving in people. And if you do this in the right way, we have a great community of people in digital currency. And if the crash is coming 2019, I believe in it, you will see it works. And the people who are now sitting here, spending money in systems or stuff like this, and have digital currency, will be thankful the rest of your life that you bring them in. And that's the effort of network marketing. It's not to show how we can make money as well. Yeah? If you do it in the right way and the people trust you, they will do it with their parents, they will do it with the neighbors, right? But you don't have to tell them they have to do. They should understand why they have to do. That's the key to success, right? Right. Another effect is the price will reach over 50,000 in 2020. And we will go to make a bet. I will swear to you, this will happen. And you will see the more people coming in, next year we will have a price up to 8,000, 9,000 at the end of next year. Because we have technology things. Today, we will be spied by government, we will be spied by everyone, by banks, and they want to shut down us. They built up Ethereum, for example. We can use Ethereum to make Bitcoins out of them, but Ethereum was built to make an asset for banks and for governments. So we use it to make more Bitcoins. That's a good thing. They don't like it. Yeah, but remember, they always spy on us. They can track our records in the Bitcoin world. If you believe that Bitcoin is invisible or even under the radar, that's not true. We have a pseudonym. It's not the same like anonymous. But there's a solution. And that will give the Bitcoin price early next year in the first quarter of 2018 to Schreibt up to the moon. We will see some technology. We have funny names for it. We have a technology called Nimble. Who of you can spell this? Anyone here? Okay. And we have a technology called Tumbleweed. And most of all, the best word in all is Dandelion. So what should these words get to us? We're getting the Bitcoin blockchain in 2018 completely anonymous. You can't be found on your IP addresses inside there. You can't track the coins by their number because Tumblr is mixing coins. For example, you're sending one Bitcoin to your neighbor. The system is looking for all 1 Bitcoins in the system, putting them together on one address, change the numbers, and give you a different number with the worth of a Bitcoin back. Dandelion is hiding your IP address from the beginning in the network. So we can't connect the IP address anymore to refer to the number of the Bitcoin. Only you and the recipient know how the transaction was. It's more secure than Monero. It's more secure than Zcash. And these 3 technologies coming up, making Bitcoin the fastest coin we ever have seen. With the Lightning Network, which seems to come up in December for a Christmas gift, we are able to make 1 million transactions in a second. 1 million. And that's the effort of people who want to live in a free world or not in a controlled world. For example, I will give you an example what happens if the wrong side getting a fixed blockchain. Indeed, remember I have Bitcoins from 2008. This is still a lot of Bitcoins. Yeah? That's a lot of Bitcoins. And I'm, on my salary, using people which are 30 of the best hackers in the world. They have done the Ethereum hack. They have done everything because I'm fighting for a free world. Because governments and banks searching for hyperledger projects and something like this, not because they think the Bitcoin blockchain can't do this. Smart contracts on the Bitcoin blockchain we have seen since 2010. They will do it because you can't control a free system. The Bitcoin system is a free system for free people, and that means you can't earn money with Bitcoin blockchain. For example, IBM was working in a big company in Germany last year, and they sold them their hyperledger project, and the smart contracts and everything. And I was called for a speech there to explain how it works and what the future is bringing on there. And after that, I was going to the company chief and said, if you want to have the same, more secure, I can't hack it, and you want to have it for free, I give it. I can do everything for the business on Bitcoin blockchain and give it them for free, because Bitcoin blockchain is known by no one. And so I go inside there and change the system. The IBM chief of Germany was calling me and saying you're stupid. And he lost everything about his contract in 10 minutes. And most of all, I haven't got works to explain to people what Bitcoin are. They do, for me. I just go in and say you can have the same for free. Only pay me. And that's the effort. The effort of Bitcoin is honesty. Why honesty? You can't change, you can't hack the Bitcoin blockchain. We tried everything. You can't go into the system and change the ledger. There is no single point of attack. There's no node you can attack, nothing. You only can make a transaction, and this transaction comes later on in the ledger. And if I bind the transaction on a number, for example, this lady here, or you upstairs there, you buy a jewelry. I will give you a diamond a number. This diamond I will send with a transaction into this ledger. And we have a timestamp. And no one can tell you this is the owner of the diamond because I can see in 100 years after it is standing in the ledger with the number. You can't throw it. It's not possible. So if he is the owner, there must be a transaction who take the number out to him. And if it's not true, he isn't true. And that's the honesty. We can make it work to store value with the Bitcoin blockchain in a way we never seen before. You can't tell lies because I can prove it. In Japan, you have heard in Japan they have Bitcoins at all, right? Do you think the government was afraid, was funny about it? Do they think they want to have it? No. The power of the Bitcoin is the people use it because it works. They don't think about how it is secure. They don't think about the technology. So like this. They don't think about everything. They just use it because it is there. And if 6 million people in an economy use Bitcoins, the currency worth of Bitcoin, the direct worth, not the trading worth of Bitcoin, is going up. And at the moment we have a direct worth of Bitcoin from $2,000. Even if a bubble is coming up from the traders, you can't go down under $2,000 because it depends on the goods we bought before with Bitcoins in Japan, in Nigeria, in Argentina, and everywhere where the people have the necessary to spend their Bitcoins for goods. We are blind for this because in Europe we don't need at all Bitcoins. Yeah, most of the people are working, they have a good income, they are satisfied with their life, yeah, they're upper class, yeah. Why should they use Bitcoins? But my friends from Nigeria, they are here. They are sitting here and want to know how we can make wealthy from everything, from Bitcoins. They know how hard life could be. They know how it is that I need something to buy for food and my money is nothing worth. And that's the real asset of the Bitcoin. And governments can't stop the Bitcoins because if they take down all the exchanges out there, I just write my private key, so it's a PIN and TAN number, down on a paper, give it to someone on the street, and he put it into the computer to a wallet where he hasn't got to make any KYC. And he just in that moment get my Bitcoins. Right now. And who will stop the people from trading on the street? No one. And that's what the Bitcoin is all about. We can't stop the Bitcoin because it was growing too strong in a short time. Today the network of Bitcoins is secured by 1.8 million computers, and Omnia is doing the same. It's buying equipment for mining Bitcoins, and also is a part of the secureness of the network. That's what it is. And everyone who's buying a Bitcoin will understand that he is part of the network and doing something for the secureness. Because if you all buy Bitcoins and you all buy shares by Omnia, they have to make larger investments into the mining. And the mining is securing the Bitcoin network. And that's all about. And that's what we have. We have a web to say that governments, we don't go the way anymore Because Bitcoin is not built on debts. Bitcoin is building out for good. And every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoins, the X amount of Bitcoins, is like the X amount of gold, is reduced at half. At the moment, only for you, we have 12.5 Bitcoins each 10 minutes in the output. In 2020, we will see the amount is coming out as half by 6.25. And the ask for Bitcoins is going this way. Yeah? And then the price is going up. And that's how it works. Many more people in the world will use Bitcoins for goods. Many more traders will come if the price is high. People like John Ross or something like that, they come in and they come with the hedge funds and then they drive the price up. That's the reason why we see in 2020, after some crisis on the world, we see a price for the Bitcoin up between $30,000 and $50,000. That's not only me talking. That's talking Bill Gates. That's talking Richard Branson. That's talking the chief of Yahoo. That's all people who are very, very experienced in the economy since years. And that's why I believe it is coming. And that's not a bubble, this is not a trick or the Bitcoin. Some people in these times write the Bitcoin is a scam. But if I go with my bank card, with my Visa prepaid card to an automat, pick up money from them and see that my Bitcoins are going away, who will tell me this is a scam? And that's why we have to care. And that's what happens in the next years. We see a blockchain who is nearly perfect in hiding transaction and secureness that your transaction is really coming to the recipient. He can't say he hasn't got received. You can look in his account, that's the effort. On a normal bank account, you look on your account and see that your money has gone away, but you can't see if the money has reached. In this system, you look in the account from your recipient and says, yeah, it's lying in there, what are you telling me? And that's honesty. We can't throw each other on money. And even, I remember, even with the worst guy on earth putting all this money here, I go to the poorest man and say, save 7% of your money every time, change it into Bitcoins. Oh. And then you will see after 2 years, you're a wealthy man. And it works. We make trials in Africa, we make trials in Venezuela, we are going there, we teach people, we have projects. Yeah? We have spent hospitals money with Bitcoins to make them more comfortable. And that's what we do in the world. Many people, the most problem we have today is that people can't imagine that it is coming up a system for free for the good of other people. No one, I often talk to people all over the world, can't explain why I'm standing here and saying I do this for my vision to make it a better world. They only first ask, what's your thought from that? How money do you earn? With 250,000 Bitcoins in my mind, I haven't got any money problems, okay? So I'm untouchable. You can't suppress me with everything. You can't say anything to me. I will show you what money can do, but in the right way. And that's what Bitcoin is. Without Bitcoins, it wasn't a poor boy, right? But now we have near $4,000. Oh, you can. Now I see there the calculator. And that is what we do. If no one is able to keep a world clean from all the dust in there, because he depends on friends, and he says, my friend, and you have to task this, I help you, and this, and this, and this, no one will change anything. I'm coming out with 2 other guys, and we said, don't care about people business. Care about the people themselves to make them a balanced world, and coming out of the dust, and then our thought is that the money at all is growing, not only from these people who have always money, right? And that's why you should buy Bitcoins. That's why you should mining at Omnia. Because you secure the network, you get digital currency, and if the crash is coming, You will say, I have a passive income. I have bitcoins, I can buy bitcoins. And the worst and the wealthy is growing up for you. And you escape the totally control of the government. And you can wake up in the morning and say, I'm free. For all of you who have friends in your company or in your home site who are telling you you're a tax saver and you're a terrorist, here's the ultimate argument against. Even the time is when the Romans came and made taxes for their ways. 20% of the people don't pay, 80% of the people pay. Do you imagine why it is so? No? It's totally easy. If your best friend is getting cancer, becomes cancer, inside, a very hard-boiled cancer, he has to go to the doctor and he says, yeah, you can live 10 years, but the cost of your medical is $10,000 in each month. And if we haven't got a society, if we haven't got taxes, what will happen? They see if his bank card is credible, is valuable, and if not, he press the exit button. Because after 3 days, he is gone for good. And even in this moment, the people understand. If you have three childs, those of you have to work. Where do you place your children? And if they say to you, your children will cost $2,000, not $300, you have a problem. Because we haven't got the society. You understand? Taxes are necessary. But what we do not want to do, and that's what we can do with Bitcoin. We won't pay taxes for people who betraying us with the taxes to make things going wrong. And so we can pay our taxes, say a little bit amount is for the officials and something like this, for the society. The rest we can cut off. And that's the effort. Because now the government is being tried to think about how it will make a fairer system in the future. If they don't, we are inside our bitcoins. They can't break in. So I apologize to you. Go out there, teach the people what you have heard today here, and help them to get out of their dust, to come out and teach people again. Since 2008 to now, we have 40 million people on Earth using digital currencies. And it will go up. Thank you to you. That's all.